Hey, what's up everyone? This is Derrick Broze with the Conscious Resistance Network. Today is Wednesday, March 8th, 2017, and I am just back from Mexico, just about a week now. I got back last Thursday, and I've got a lot of videos to put out. I want to tell you all about my experience in Mexico. It gave me some insight into this sort of xenophobic, anti-immigrant, anti-brown, anti-anybody outside of the U.S. view that seems to be growing in the United States. And I'd like to put a couple of videos out related to that. I've also put out several videos, interviews from Anarchapulco, and I have a couple more that will be coming out. But briefly, I wanted to give you an update to talk about a debate that I'll be participating in tonight, Wednesday, March 8th at 8 p.m. Central. I'll put the link below in the description for those of you who want to watch. It's going to be a live stream 2-hour debate between myself and Christopher Chase Rachels, who some of you may know as the author of the book Spontaneous Order from the Mises Institute. Christopher, I'm not sure which name he goes by first, but he has been a Facebook friend of mine until recently, and he's been increasingly going further and further right. He's been a flag-waving ANCAP for some time, and as you guys know, I don't consider myself to be an ANCAP, but I work with many of them. He's always rubbed me a little bit the wrong way because of how dogmatic he is with his ANCAP views, but I figured that's where he's at now, so maybe he'll evolve later. Unfortunately, he seems to be devolving and going further and further right, and there's probably some of you who are watching and saying, yes, that's the direction we need to go. I get a lot of calls from being a cuck now, especially in regards to my interview with Jeffrey Tucker talking about the alt-right. Well, we're going to be debating specifically about Chase's call for a libertarian-right alliance. He posted on February 27th on Facebook, "It's high time we form an alliance of the libertarian right. This would include ancaps, right-leaning minarchists, paleolibertarians, and libertarian-leaning alt-righters. I believe each of these groups has sufficient overlap in principle and values to justify such an alliance. There already exists an alliance of the libertarian left," which, for those of you who don't know, the movement of the libertarian left, the alliance of the libertarian left, was actually started by Samuel E. Konkin III, founder of Agorism, because he considered himself to be left of Rothbard, especially as Rothbard went further paleo. So the ALL alliance includes market anarchists, mutualists, syndicalists, communists, and other bleeding heart libertarians, as Christopher puts it. I think it would behoove us to adopt the tactic. Unlike them, however, we will be able to properly compartmentalize our libertarian principles apart from our personal values and tactics. I'd love to see someone come up with a logo design. So he's super excited about this, and then he goes on to post a mission statement for the Libertarian Right Alliance. "We as the Libertarian Right seek first and foremost to promote a society whose prevailing legal system is or are firmly rooted in the private property ethic and the non-aggression principle. This is the fundamental core of a peaceful, civilized, and prosperous society. All other unsavory behavior compatible with the NAP will be dealt with via non-legal social and economic pressures, blah, 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 blah. Second, that such a free society recognizes that voluntary association and disassociation are two integral sides of the same coin." I'm pretty much agreeing here with what he's saying so far, right? "That every person has the right to enter into covenant communities and discriminate on whatever basis he deems appropriate, who is to use his property and under what conditions." This is, of course, just parroting the covenant communities talk from Hoppe, who Chase is a huge fan of and considers Hans Hermann Hoppe to be the greatest living economist of the world. I definitely differ on that opinion, and my new book, Manifesto of the Free Humans, discusses our views on Hoppe. Chase says, third, that the people have the right to pool their property to form whatever type of community they want based on whatever cultural values they have, so long as in doing so they're not violating the private property of others. So this is all real basic stuff. Why the need to call for a right alliance? I would say, and I'm not going to give too much because I want to talk about this with Chase tonight, but he is so convinced, like some of you are again, that the problems from the left are worse than the state or the corporate entities that are enslaving each of us through their corporate state power, that they are willing to work with this alt-right. And yes, some people say the alt-right is a big tent, but according to Richard Spencer and Vox Day, who are seen as the thought leaders in this movement, you know, individual liberties must be crushed, and Richard Spencer wants to go back to something akin to the Roman Empire. So, I mean, what is the point of aligning with these people? Chase is basically pushing libertarian ideas that already exist. True libertarians already understand the need for education, for libertarian media, for using the counter-economic activity. We already understand the value in the non-aggression principle. We already understand the value of being anti-state. but he wants to cause further division and pull people further to the right. He says that political action will not be pursued under this alliance. The slogan could be, according to him, anti-state, anti-left, and pro-capitalism. So he's so worried about being anti-left that he doesn't even care about this idea of working with racists. In fact, here in the comments, I'm looking for it, he basically says, I'm okay with working with racists, it's better than working with leftists or something to that degree. I've got several of his Facebook posts out here. He's saying, I'm happy to see that many of you are interested in the idea of a libertarian-right alliance, but please cool it with white nationalism. Sorry, Chris. Sorry, Chase. These are the people that you want to work with. A lot of them are white nationalists, ethno-nationalists. They want a white state. Even though I have yet to see anybody clearly define what Western values are, what Western civilization is, or what white even means, because it doesn't mean Caucasian if you're talking about skin color or skin tone. But again, I'm going to save all this for the debate. I don't think Chase has much leg to stand on. He's aligning himself with hateful people. The alt-right may be a big tent, but I don't know if libertarian-leaning alt-righters even exist. They all seem willing to crush liberty and to use authoritarian measures in an attempt to stop the authoritarian of the left. So despite what Chase would tell you, authoritarianism, statism, tyranny can come from both the left and the right, and libertarianism is supposed to be the third way, something more pure, something principled. And Chase seems to be forgetting about his principles. So if you want to check it out tonight, it'll be on Liberty Rising is the name of the podcast, and it'll be live. I'll post a link below. Check it out. Thank you guys for watching. Remember, you are powerful, you are beautiful, and you are free. Peace.